evening sun fades beyond the tracks, carrying dreams that never came back. A worn-out ticket resting in my hand, like a small reminder of who I was then. The world keeps turning miles away, but some memories are here to stay. On the autumn train home tonight, I watch the city blur into the light. Every moment lost, every road I've known lives inside my heart as I travel home. Old cafe windows glowing through the rain, playing songs that gently speak your name. The years move faster than they used to do, yet every melody still leads to you. Maybe time was never meant to keep all the promises we couldn't reach. Still I find them drifting through the air, like a quiet voice that's always there. On the autumn train home tonight, I watch the city blur into the light. Every moment lost, every road I've known lives inside my heart as I travel home. The last station comes into view, but the song remains like you do. Found an old notebook on a dusty shelf, filled with little pieces of my younger self. Names and dreams written in blue ink lines, frozen like a photograph in time. The years keep rolling like a river flows, but some feelings never really go. These are the letters I never sent, words that stayed where the seasons went. Every page holds a piece of yesterday, still shining softly, though it slipped away. Streetlights flicker on a quiet avenue, bringing back memories I thought I outgrew. A distant melody drifts through the night, wrapping old moments in a softer light. Maybe we were meant to lose our way, just to understand those golden days. And though the road is taking me afar, I still carry every scar and star. These are the letters I never sent, words that stayed where the seasons went. Every page holds a piece of though it slipped away. The ink may fade, the paper may bend, but some stories never truly end. Golden sunlight falling through the trees, carried by a soft September breeze. We were chasing days that felt so long, laughing like we'd always belong. Now the years roll by like passing cars, but I still remember who we are. To the summer we left behind, still alive somewhere in my mind. Every sunset painted us in gold, every story worth more than we were told. Cassette playing through the night, crackling softly in the fading light. The world was small and our hearts were free, just a dream of what we hope to be. Maybe nothing ever stays the same, but I still smile when I hear your name, like a melody that time can't erase. You're a memory I still embrace. To the summer we left behind, still alive somewhere in my mind. Every sunset painted us in gold, every story worth more than we were told. Some feelings never leave the soul. The summer we left behind still plays on in my mind. There's a little cafe down on Maple Street, where the rain taps softly to an old jazz beat. The chairs are worn, the walls are faded brown, but every memory still hangs around. I can almost hear the laughter in the air, like the past is waiting for me there. At the last cafe on Maple Street, where the years and the melodies meet. Every cup of coffee, every quiet smile song from long ago, and suddenly the room begins to glow. Faces come and go like passing trains, but their echoes still remain. Time moves on, that's what people say, yet some moments never fade away. They linger like a favorite tune beneath the sun, beneath the moon. At the last cafe on Maple Street, where the years and the melodies meet. Every cup of coffee, every quiet smile makes me want to stay a little while. Lights go dim and the evening ends, I'll carry these memories home again, like an old record spinning slow and sweet. From the last cafe on Maple Street. Snow was falling outside your window pane, while we watched the world disappear in the rain. The city lights were glowing soft and blue. Every quiet moment felt brand new. Now those days are drifting far away, like footprints fading after yesterday. Winter postcards in a cardboard box, frozen memories that time forgot. Though the colors fade and the edges bend, I still find my way back there again. A worn out sweater and a midnight train, tiny details that somehow remain. The years have carried us to different skies, but I still see them when I close my eyes. Somewhere between the then and now, those little moments still show me how to hold on to the warmth we knew, when life felt simple, when dreams felt true. Winter postcards in a cardboard box, frozen memories that time forgot. Though the colors fade and the edges bend, I still find my way back there again. The season changed, the snow moved on, but the feeling lingers in this song, like a letter that was never lost among the winter postcards. Walking down the avenue we used to know, past the little places where we'd always go. The old street lights still shine the same tonight, casting golden shadows in the fading light. Time has taken so much away, but some memories refuse to fade. Under old streetlights, I remember you. Every whispered dream, every promise too. Though the years have carried us apart, those midnight moments still live in my heart. A distant radio plays a familiar tune, bringing back the warmth of a summer moon. The world keeps changing with each passing day, yet those simple feelings never drift away. Maybe life was never meant to stay still, like the river running over every hill. But some songs remain beyond the night, like old street lights glowing bright. Under old street lights, I remember you. Every whispered dream, every promise too. Though the years have carried us apart, those midnight moments still live in my heart. As the city slowly falls asleep, I keep the memories that I couldn't keep. And somewhere in the quiet of the night, the old street lights are still shining bright. We used to sit where the river bends, talking about forever like innocent friends. The evening painted colors in the sky, and we believed those days would never die. Now the blossoms fall and seasons change, but some feelings always stay the same. Beneath the cherry sky, we were young and free, chasing little dreams across the summer breeze. Though the years have carried us far away, I still hear your laughter in the fading day. Old bicycles leaning by the park gate. We never knew how fast we'd grow, how much we'd change. The world felt endless through our hopeful eyes, like a song that never reached its last goodbye. Sometimes I wonder where those moments go. Do they drift drift away with the falling snow? Or do they live inside the songs we sing, waiting for another spring? Beneath the cherry sky we were young and free, chasing little dreams across the summer breeze. Though the years have carried us far away, I still hear your laughter in the fading day. The blossoms dance upon the evening air, like old memories still floating there. And every time the spring arrives again, I find my way back then.
The last bus rolls beneath the neon glow, a quiet city moving far too slow. Cold hands wrapped around a paper cup, watching old reflections drifting up. Every corner holds a memory of who we were and who we'd hoped to be. At the midnight bus stop, standing alone, listening to echoes of a place called home. Every passing light, every passing face brings me back to another space. The radio hums from a distant car, playing songs that travel just as far. The years slip by like headlights in the rain, yet some melodies remain. If I could borrow one more night from time, I'd walk those streets and hear your voice in mine. But memories are travelers too, always leaving something true. At the midnight bus stop, standing alone, listening to echoes of a place called home. Every passing light, every passing face brings me back to another space. Bus arrives, the doors unfold, another story quietly told. And as the city fades from sight, I carry it into the night.
Paper boats were floating down the street, following the rhythm of the summer heat. We were kids with nowhere else to be, chasing clouds and possibilities. The years went by like rivers to the sea, but those days still come back to me. Paper boats in the rain, sailing through my mind again. Every little dream we drew still carries me back to you. Old playground swings move with the breeze, like they're holding on to memories. The laughter lingers in the air, a piece of us is still somewhere. Maybe growing up means letting go, but some roads never really close. They're waiting in a corner of the heart, right where they were from the start. Paper boats in the rain, sailing through my mind again. Every little dream we drew still carries me back to you. As the storm clouds drift away, I can still feel yesterday. Leaves were turning gold along the road. We carried hopes too heavy to be told. The afternoon was fading into gray, and somehow everything felt far away. I still remember every little sign, like snapshots frozen in my mind. The color of September remains in every song and every drop of rain. Though the seasons change their point of view, the autumn sky still reminds me of you. A coffee shop, a window by the street, a melody drifting through the evening heat. The world keeps moving, never standing still, but some moments always will. The years may write new stories in the sand, yet I still see your shadow in the plans we made beneath those fading trees, carried softly by the breeze. When September comes around again, I hear your voice inside the wind.
The record spins beneath the amber light, painting old memories across the night. Every crackle tells a different tale of broken roads and forgotten trails. Somewhere between the dust and sound, pieces of my past are found. Vinyl dreams keep calling me from a time that's gone, but still feels free. Every note and every line brings a little yesterday to life. The room is quiet except the song, like it's been waiting here all along. 1,000 miles and 1,000 days disappear inside the haze. Maybe that's why I come back here, to hear the voices crystal clear, of moments hidden deep inside that never truly said goodbye. The needle lifts, the music ends, but the feeling starts again. We used to race our bikes down Cedar Lane, trying to outrun the summer rain. The sky would glow in shades of gold, back when we were never growing old. The days were long, the nights were free, a world much bigger than it seemed to be. When the streetlights came on, that was when we'd head back home, with dirt on our shoes and dreams in our eyes, believing nothing ever said goodbye. The playground swings moved with the breeze, whispering secrets through the trees. Every laugh still echoes in my mind, like a song that time forgot behind. Sometimes I wish I could stay just one more evening in those days, before the years began to fly like birds disappearing from the sky. When the streetlights came on, we thought we'd always carry on, and maybe somewhere deep inside we still do tonight. The bookstore's quiet as the daylight fades, dusty pages resting in their place. A familiar song is playing low, like a memory from long ago. I walk the aisles where we used to stay, talking for hours till the end of the day. At the bookstore at closing time, I find little pieces of
creaks beneath my feet. Outside, the city rushes through the street. But in here, time moves slow and kind, like it knows what I'm trying to find. Every story has a final page. Every season turns another age. Yet some chapters never truly end. They just wait to be opened again. At the bookstore at closing time, I find little pieces of another life. Between the pages and the worn out spines, I still see your shadow passing by. The lights go out, the doors are locked. Another day fades with the clock, but I carry these memories home tonight, like a borrowed book beneath the city lights.
The baseball field is empty now. Grass has grown where we used to run around. The bleachers sit beneath the sun, keeping stories of everyone. Summer dust in the evening light, floating through another night. Every grain carries yesterday, though the years have blown away. Old scoreboards never tell the truth about how quickly we lose our youth. But every sunset still reminds me why those days never really die. The field grows quiet, the shadows grow long, yet it still lives inside this song. Driving nowhere on a Friday night, city glowing underneath the lights. The radio played our favorite tune, like it knew I'd be thinking of you. The last song on the radio takes me places I used to know. Every lyric, every chord opens another forgotten door. The highway stretches endlessly ahead, following the words we never said. The music fades, but not the feeling inside. Some memories refuse to hide. And when the silence fills the air, I still hear your voice somewhere. The air gets colder every afternoon. Leaves are dancing beneath the moon. I found your sweater in the back of a drawer, and suddenly I'm 21 once more. This blue sweater season again, where memories arrive with the wind. Every thread holds a piece of time, a little part of your life and mine. Coffee cups and rainy cafes, living quietly inside yesterday. Though the years keep moving ahead, those moments never really left. The weather changes, the years move on, but some feelings stay warm this long. Back when summers felt a little longer, and every year felt like forever. We measured days by sunset colors, not calendars or weather. The world was only as far as the edge of our neighborhood, and somehow everything ahead still felt impossibly good. Nobody told us we'd be counting years instead of counting stars. Before we knew the time, before the clocks got loud, before the rush, before the race, before we disappeared into the crowd. We weren't trying to find ourselves, we were just living day by day. Funny how the things we overlooked are the things we miss today. The park is smaller than I remember. The trees don't seem as tall. Maybe nothing really changed. Maybe I just grew after all. The stores have different names now, the streets have different signs, but every corner still contains a version of another life. We spent our youth looking ahead, now we spend our days looking behind, searching for the ordinary moments we thought we'd always find. Maybe that's the secret of growing old, not losing time, but finally understanding it. Nobody noticed it at the time, the last ordinary day of our lives, the last school bell, the last hometown drive, the last afternoon before goodbye. We never stopped to mark the end of moments we assume will never bend. We think there'll always be one more chance, one more summer, one more dance. But life is quiet when it changes course. It rarely sends a warning first. The last day felt normal, just another page to turn. Nobody knew it would become a memory we'd return to. The things we thought would always stay were already slipping away. Funny how forever disappears, one unnoticed day at a time. Classroom empty after June, a playground silent in the afternoon. Friends who slowly became names, lost somewhere between jobs and change. The streets are still there, so am I, yet neither one feels quite the same tonight. The map remains exactly where it was, but the people who filled it are gone. Maybe growing up is realizing this, that life is made of endings we miss. Not because they weren't important then, but because we only understand them in the end. The last day felt normal, like every day before. No grand finale, no goodbye speech, just a closing door. So here's to the moments passing through, the ones we never stop to value. Because one day you'll look behind and discover they were the good old times. When I was 10, I used to think the grown-ups knew just what to do. They walked so fast, they talked so sure, like every road was leading somewhere true. Teachers, parents, people on the train, they all seemed certain in their ways. I thought one day I'd reach that age and finally understand the maze. But the years kept turning pages, and the questions only changed their names. We thought adults had answers, a map for every twist and turn. But everybody's learning as they go, that's the lesson time returns. No one really has it figured out, no matter what they say. We're all just making sense of life, one ordinary day at a time. The older I get, the more I see how much of life is uncertainty. People build their plans with care, then watch the wind move everything somewhere else. The strongest people that I've known weren't the ones who always knew. They were the ones who kept walking on when the path never came into view. Maybe wisdom isn't knowing more, maybe it's becoming comfortable with less certainty, less control, and still giving life your best. We thought adults had answers, some secret hidden with the years. But growing older taught me this: everybody carries doubts and fears, and somehow that's a comforting thing to know. We're all beginners underneath, just travelers sharing the same road, trying to make meaning as we go. Back when weekends felt endless, and a whole summer fit inside a single memory. We spent our days waiting for something bigger, never realizing we were already there. The clocks on the wall moved slower then, or maybe we just paid less attention. Every moment felt ordinary, which is why we didn't hold on to it. We were always looking ahead while life was happening around us. Nobody told us it was the good old days. Nobody said, remember this. So we walked right through the moments that we'd spend years trying to revisit. The magic wasn't hidden, it was simply unnoticed, living quietly in the background of what felt like another normal day. The corner store, the empty field, the route we took 1,000 times, the faces we'd see every morning without thinking they might disappear. We thought life would always look that way, 'cause that's what youth allows you to believe, that the people, places, and routines will remain exactly where you leave them. But time doesn't take things all at once. It removes them little by little, until one day you look around and realize you're standing in a different world. Not a worse one, not a better one, just one that arrives so gradually you barely saw it happening. Nobody told us it was the good old days, because nobody knew it either. We're all too busy living life to recognize it while it's here. So maybe that's the lesson, not to chase the past forever, but to notice the present before it becomes another memory. Somewhere right now, someone is living the years they'll miss the most, and they probably don't know it yet, just like we didn't. When we were young, the future had a glow, like a distant city covered in gold. Every year ahead felt full of wonder, 1,000 doors waiting to unfold. We'd sit on rooftops after dark, pointing at airplanes, crossing stars, talking about the lives we'd live, and how far we'd go from where we are. The future seemed so big back then, because we hadn't met reality yet. The future looked different from the way it does today. Not better, not worse, just farther away. The dreams changed shape, the roads changed too, but life kept moving forward, whether we wanted it to or not. Some dreams arrived in unexpected forms, some disappeared without a sound. Some things we chased for years and years lost their meaning once we found them. And some of the moments we remember most were never part of any plan, just ordinary afternoons that quietly became who we are. Maybe growing older means learning this, that life isn't built from major events. It's built from 1,000 unnoticed days, stacked together over decades. The conversations we forget, the walks we almost didn't take, the random choices that became the foundation of everything.
future looked different when the world was still unknown. Now I spend more time appreciating the ground beneath my feet than distant roads, because the destination mattered less than I believed back then, and the journey mattered more than I could have understood. The future finally arrived one day, quietly, without announcement, and I realized I had been living in it all along.
It was just another Tuesday afternoon. Nothing special, nothing new. We sat outside until the sun went down, talking about things we can't remember now. No cameras out, no reason why. No thought that time was passing by. Just ordinary hours slipping through, like ordinary hours always do. Nobody stopped to write it down. Nobody thought it mattered then. We didn't know we were making memories. We thought we were just killing time, living inside the smallest moments that would someday outlive our minds. The days we miss the most today were never the ones we planned. They were hidden in the spaces between the places we were trying to land. The jokes are gone, the details fade, the names get lost, the faces change, but somehow the feeling still remains, like sunlight trapped inside a window pane. I can't recall a single word from half the conversations we had, yet I'd give anything to sit there once more, inside a moment I never knew I'd have. Maybe that's why life moves quietly. The important parts don't announce themselves. They arrive disguised as normal days and leave disguised as memories. Years later we search for meaning in events that felt small at the time, only to realize the meaning was there long before we learned to look for it. We didn't know we were making memories. We thought we had endless time to spare, never noticing the treasure hidden in the air. The moments that shaped us most rarely felt extraordinary. They were just life being life before life became a story. Somewhere, someone is living a memory right now, a moment they'll carry for the rest of their life. And just like us, they probably think it's nothing special. The strange thing about growing older is you never notice the endings when they come. You notice the first day of school, but never the last recess under the sun. You remember your first bicycle ride, your first job, your first paycheck earned. But life never tells you when something happens for the final time before a turn. The last sleepover, the last family dinner at that old house, the last time everyone was together before life spread everybody out. The first time was the last time. We just didn't know it yet. Every beginning carries an ending, hidden where the future hasn't been met. The moments that disappear forever rarely wave goodbye. They simply become memories while we're busy living life. One day your friends stop meeting every weekend. One day the group chat starts to slow. One day the places you always visited become places you used to know. Not because anyone wanted it, not because somebody chose to leave, but because time keeps rewriting stories, no matter what we choose to believe. Maybe that's why nostalgia hurts, not because the past was perfect, but because we only understand its value after it becomes impossible to return to. And maybe that's why gratitude matters, because today's ordinary routine could become tomorrow's favorite memory without you ever seeing it coming. The first time was the last time for 1,000 things along the way. And if life has taught me anything, it's to notice a little more today, to stay a little longer, to look around before I leave, because the moments we take for granted are often the hardest ones to keep. Somewhere behind us, there was a final summer evening, a final carefree afternoon, a final version of ourselves. And none of us knew it.